Hello and welcome to Gnan Manjari online classes. How are you all? I hope you are all good, fine. So basically कल के क्लास में हमने सिल्क मॉन साइकिल की बात की थी. So do you remember the silk moon's life cycle? Can you tell me which stage of life it is used to get the silk thread? हमें silk thread अगर चाहिए तो वो किस लाइफ साइकिल में मिलेंगे? So the answer will be pupa, right? At that stage, pupa stage, we can get the silk threads. So silk is made up of cocoon of silkworm that the larva makes before entering the pupa stage. पुपा स्टेज से पहले पुपा स्टेज में आने से पहले जो कुकुन होता है वो लार्वा स्टेज में बनाता है, दैट इज सिल्क. एंड हाउ दैट इज सिल्क इज मेड. So we selectively breed mons that give us number of eggs, rear the worms and feed them before they make cocoon. We then get the silk threads from those cocoon by putting them into hot boiling water. So now let us see a video how silk is made.
Hello students, let's learn about sericulture. The production of raw silk and raising the larvae of silkworms for this purpose is called sericulture. The healthiest silk moths are chosen for selective breeding and laying eggs. The eggs hatch larvae that spin cocoons around themselves. These cocoons are used for making silk. Let's find out how. Eggs laid by the silk moths are taken by farmers to grow silkworms. Mulberry trees are cultivated for their leaves, which are fed to the larvae of the silk moths. This is known as moriculture. The eggs are mixed with mulberry leaves and kept in trays. The larvae hatch out of the eggs. The larvae spin cocoons around themselves using the walls of the tray as support. Once the cocoons are ready, they are boiled and the silk threads are pulled from them. Traditionally, this is done in pots. The threads from the cocoons are then spun or reeled into yarns. This is known as reeling. In factories, boiling and reeling of silk threads are done using machines. Silk yarn is collected after reeling the silk threads. The reeled threads are then dyed by hand or by machines. The threads are then woven into fabrics. Let us summarize.
Let's see the video again.
Hello students, let's learn about sericulture.
So basically sericulture is a process of making silk, the production of raw silk and raising the larva of silkworm. For this purpose is called sericulture. तो हमने मॉन्स में देखा था लाइफ साइकिल ऑफ मॉन्स में कि पहले वो सिल्क बनाने के लिए कुकुन्स को रेडी किया जाता है, राइट. ऊपर वाला पार्ट फर्स्ट स्टेज जिसमें सिल्क को एग्स ले करते हैं, राइट. देन इन 1 or 2 weeks वो हैच करेंगे एंड देन सिल्कवॉर्म या कैटरपिलर वो बॉर्न होंगे. एंड देन दिस कैटरपिलर्स विच वी ऑल्सो नोन एज लार्वा, हम उसको लार्वा भी बोलते हैं. एंड देन दे यूज देयर सलाइवा टू मेक एन स्ट्रक्चर अराउंड देयर सेल्स, वो अपने आप स्ट्रक्चर बनाएंगे. विच इज़ नोन एज कोकून, राइट। और उसको भी वो 3-4 वीक्स हो गए, देन कोकून में से हम pupa, right? The silkworm stays inside the cocoon for 3-4 weeks and this stage is called pupa. वो सिल्कवर्म अंदर ही रहेगा and when we boil तो सिल्क थ्रेड उसमें से कोकून में से मिलेगा और then the silkworm then breaks the cocoon and become an adult moth and finally again he will do the same process by laying the eggs at a time and then uh, again the same process of larva, cocoon, pupa and then adult moth. So जो वो process होती है और जो हमें silk मिलता है, that process is known as sericulture.
The production of raw silk and raising the larvae of silkworms for this purpose is called sariculture. The healthiest silk moths are chosen for selective breeding and laying eggs. The eggs hatch larvae that spin cocoons around themselves. These cocoons are used for making silk. Let's find out how. Eggs laid by the silk moths are taken by farmers to grow silkworms. Mulberry trees are cultivated for their leaves, which are fed to the larvae of the silk moths.
Basically first step जो अगर silk moths है वो egg lay करते हैं, then farmer will keep them in mulberry trees के जो leaves होते हैं उसके अंदर रख देते हैं and that process is known as moriculture process.
This is known as moriculture. The eggs are mixed with mulberry leaves and kept in trays. The larvae hatch out of the eggs.
तो एज आई टोल्ड कि हमारी मलबरी ट्रीज के साथ वो एग्स को रख देते हैं इन ट्रे और आफ्टर समटाइम्स विच इज़ 1 or 2 weeks जो एग्स है वो हैच हो गए उसमें से सिल्कवर्म या कैटरपिलर बोर्न होते हैं. In the figure here also you can see it is kept with mulberry trees.
The larvae spin cocoons around themselves using the walls of the tray as support. Once the
So जो लार्वी होता है वो एक स्ट्रक्चर अपने आप के आजू बाजू एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाता है विच इज़ नोन एज कोकून और वो कोकून वो प्रोटीन से बनता है एंड दिस स्टेप टेक्स ऑलमोस्ट 3 or 4 weeks.
cocoons are ready, they are boiled and the silk threads are pulled from them. Traditionally, this is done in pots. The threads from the cocoons are then spun or reeled into yarns. This is known as reeling.
सो जो प्रोसेस होता है जिसमें कोकून में से उसको बॉयल करते हैं फिर पुपा होता है द सिल्क थ्रेड दैट वी टेक आउट जो बॉयल करते हैं उसमें से सिल्क थ्रेड भी टेकन देन इट इज़ मेक्ड इनटू यान और यान बनाने के लिए पहले उसको रील करते हैं. द प्रोसेस बिहाइंड दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज रीलिंग.
In factories, boiling and reeling of silk threads are done using machines. Silk yarn is collected after reeling the silk threads. The reeled threads are then dyed by hand or by machines. The threads are then woven into fabrics. Let us summarize.
सो पहले वो सिल्क वॉर्म को यान में से निकाल के उसको रीलिंग करके देन यान में से नहीं वी विल रिमूव दैट फ्रॉम द अडल्ट मंथ. वो उसको बॉईल करके दैट इज़ रीलिंग फिर उसको रील करेंगे देन इट इज़ कन्वर्टेड इनटू यान और यान में से फिर वी कन्वर्ट इट इनटू फैक्ट्री में फैब्रिक में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं. वी विल मेक अ सिल्क क्लॉथ पीस आउट ऑफ that. So now let's see practice question number 5.3 on your supplementary book page number 10 and 72. So 5.3, the steps for producing silk are given below in the jumbled order. Arrange them in a correct sequence in the box given below. So here in your book it is given there are 6 steps और उसमें से first step, second step according to that जो आपकी बुक में सप्लीमेंट्री बुक पेज नंबर 8 में जो पूरा सेरिकल्चर का प्रोसेस दिया हुआ है, by that steps we have to write all process. So egg was warmed to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch. Fibers are taken out from the cocoon. After 20 to 30 days, the larva stops eating and starts spinning cocoon. And the larva silkworms are kept in a clean tray along with freshly chopped mulberries. Female silk moths lay egg and cocoon are exposed to sunlight or boiled in water. So these are the steps. अगर ये स्टेप में बात करें पहले laying of egg, right? So that step is E. Female silk moths lay egg, so that is the first step. Then वो laying of eggs के बाद then we will keep them in an egg. जो eggs होते हैं वो उसको एक suitable temperature में we will keep ताकि वो hatch हो जाए. So that is second step. Eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch, which is option number A. So first is E, then second A, then third is we will keep it with the mulberry trees ताकि वो next step produce करे. So the larva or silkworm are kept in the clean tray along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves, which is option number D. Okay, then next step, after that mulberry, it will start spinning cocoons around them, which is option number C. After 20 to 30 days, the larva stops eating and starts spinning cocoon. Then after cocoon, we will boil it and then we will take out fibers from the cocoon. So that boiling part is F. So cocoons are exposed to sunlight or boiled in water and then they are taken out from the cocoon, that fabrics. So option number B at last. Fibers are taken out of the cocoon. So these are the steps. So E, A, D, C, F, B. E, A, D, C, E, A, D, C, F, B. So these are the correct steps or correct sequence that you can write in your textbook in the box as your answers. Now let's see next question. 5.5. Some words relate to silk as in jumbled up. Write them to their correct form. जो इधर कोई वर्ड्स है उसको डिफरेंट जो वर्ड्स है उसको स्क्रैम्बल करके लिखा हुआ है. So we have to write the correct word. So first is WILSMORK, which is silkworm. Silkworm. SILKWRM, silkworm. Here the second is sericulture. SERICULTURE. L-T-U-R-E. So first is silkworm, this is silkworm, and this is sericulture. Here the third is larvae, 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 and this is mulberry, Mulberry. So that is mulberry, silkworm, sericulture, larvae, and mulberry. These are the answers. Yeah, silkworm, sericulture, larvae, and mulberry. सो हमने कल ऑक्यूपेशनल हेजर्ड्स वाला पार्ट लर्न किया था, तो उसमें जैसे वर्कर्स और उसको हार्मफुल या स्किन इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है. सो इन दिस वीडियो ऑफ मेकिंग ऑफ सिल्क सेरिकल्चर वाला प्रोसेस में भी हमने वर्कर्स तो देखा है. सो बेस्ड ऑन दैट वी कैन ऑल्सो that workers also can have occupational hazards. So now first read your concept time number 5 with the process of sericulture and properties of silk both. Only properties of silk, not types of silk. So properties of silk and sericulture, and based on that let's see practice question number 6 and 7. So list 2 ways in which worker can protect themselves from occupational hazard in the silk industry. सिल्क इंडस्ट्री में अगर वर्कर्स को बचाना है, दे शुड वेयर ग्लव्स व्हेन दे वेयर वर्किंग विद कोकून. प्रोटेक्टिव गियर पहनना चाहिए व्हेन दे आर वर्किंग विद केमिकल्स, एंड देन ओनर शुड regularly check their machines to avoid accident. 5.7 Seema went to the market to buy silk sari for herself. One of the sari did not seem to be made up of pure silk. She took a thread of each from the edges of 2 sari and burned them. The thread from the first sari burnt with the smell of burning hair, and the other burned with the smell of burning plastic. So which thread is pure silk? Give reason for your answer. So the thread which is has the smell of burning hair is pure silk sari, and plastic, if that of plastic smell, burning plastic, that is not pure, because pure silk will always burn with the burning hair as it is and natural fiber. So that's it for today's lecture. So complete your 5.3, 5.5, 5.6 and 7. Types of silk. There are many types of natural silk produced in India for commercial purpose. Some examples are mulberry silk, tussar silk, moga silk, kashi silk, eri silk. Among this kind, mulberry silk contributes to more than 80% of the silk produced in the country. Different types of silk can be made from the cocoons or same or different species of silk moons. For example, tussar silk and kosa silk are made from the cocoons of silk moon of the same species. So there are many different types. Here are the names that are given. Remember the names, and 80% of silk is used in our country. That is given by mulberry silk. So these are the examples also. Read your concept time number 5 with types of silk and occupational hazards of silk industry. Practice question number 5.1, filling the blanks. First one, A. Silk threads are obtained from the cocoons by boiling them in water or by exposing them to the sun. So that's the answer. 5.2, define mariculture, why it is important in sericulture. So cultivating mulberry trees for their leaves is called mariculture. जो mulberry trees को cultivate करने हैं for their leaves, उसको मोरिकल्चर प्रोसेस बोलते हैं. And it is important in sericulture because mulberry leaves are eaten by the larvae of silk moths. So that is why it is important to have mulberry trees or mulberry leaves, and for that moriculture process is done. 5.4 Reels of silk is a process of spinning of silk fibers. Cocoons में से जब silk remove करते हैं after boiling in water, then it is spinning. The reeling of silk is happening, that is spinning of silk fibers. So that's it for today's lecture. We completed our practice question number 5. Read out your concept and number 5 also. That's it. If you have any doubt, please feel free to call me. Thank you all and have a nice day.